Good evening and welcome to everybody here. It's great to see you turn out for this privilege tonight. We welcome very warmly Mother Agnes, Marian of the Cross, and Alan Lachlan, who have journeyed quite some way to join us here tonight. Mother Agnes has lived in Syria for the last 18 years or so, having put in a lot of time and effort rebuilding a monastery near Homs, and unfortunately was forced to flee, forced to leave Syria after threats were made against her. But since then she has made an effort to speak the truth of what is actually happening in Syria today, and has travelled around the world doing so, and we're very lucky to have her with us here tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here with everybody in Hobart this evening for this community meeting with Mother Agnes Murray. You're maybe wondering why you have an Irishman standing here introducing a nun who has come to tell you something about Syria, but I think it makes a valuable point. I've come, if you like, from the other side of the globe because her story and the story of Syria captivated me. It not only captivated me, it upset me, it annoyed me, and it vexed me. I was really incensed at the manner in which I have seen the story of Syria reported in the Western media. Moreover, I was annoyed at the way that I've seen it reported in my own country. And on one particular day, I got sufficiently annoyed to do something about it. And I picked up the phone and I rang the radio station. I said, look, if I can get you someone to speak from Syria, will you interview them? And they said, yes, we'll interview them. I knew where to find a number for a media centre in Homs, and I picked up the phone again and rang. To listen to the way that the story is reported in my country, you would think you needed to put a satellite dish into outer space just to get a direct connection to speak to an individual. I picked up the house phone, I dialed the number, and I got through to Homs instantly. I asked them if they would be able to provide somebody who would speak on radio in Ireland. And they said, yes, of course, we'll get you a number, someone would speak. And the details came back to me through a text message that Mother Agnes Miriam from the Monastery of Cara in the Diocese of Homs would be prepared to speak on Irish radio. And on the following day she spoke and she enlightened the presenter as to the reality that she and the people around her had experienced during the crisis and the conflict in Syria. It was an eye-opener for him. And moreover, it was important for me because now we had, if you like, captured Mother's voice in the English language. And from there, I worked to try and promote that voice across the net, across the global network, so that people would be able to hear this alternative perspective that provided a clearer take on the situation, and it was given from somebody within who was not, and this is most important, who was not afraid to identify themselves by name and location. This wasn't an instance where we seen something that purported to be a video of something, but that it was unverified footage, or that we were told on occasion, an activist has said. We never knew who the activist was, we never knew where they were, we didn't know what the intention behind their comments were. And in this instance, I think it is most important to emphasize that the credibility of the witness of someone coming from Syria to tell about the crisis is founded in the fact that people like Mother Agnes Miriam have the courage to stand up in front of you to show themselves. You can see a face, you know a name and you know a location, and you will hear the truth. So it is my pleasure to introduce Mother Agnes Miriam to you this evening, and hopefully by the time you leave this gathering this evening, you will have another and a well-informed perspective on the reality that the Western media have too often refused to tell us. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.